welcome to Mr. Wick's YouTube channel. Today we are going to be having a look at Need for Speed Heat for the first time. Specifically we're going to be having a look at, you can see straight into it, the title, Fast and Furious Cars. This is from the first movie. Now this is obviously Mr. Wick's take on these cars. Some of them are not nowhere near as accurate as it can be to the movie. You can see the garage there, the cars in the back. We're going to go through them individually, so let's get right into it. First of all, we've got Hector's Civic. Hector's running 3 Civics with spoon engines. That's right, this is Hector's car. I haven't changed much on this. The wrap from the film is literally just a colour, and the customization level he has on his car in the film is absolutely unbelievable. But let's have a look into it as close as we can get. So I start with the customization, of course. I put these BBS rims on it. It was one of the closest I could get to the film. The back of the car has really limited options, really, in terms of what you can do. The spoiler, again, it could get nowhere near. So I just stuck with the original one. Sound system, I don't know what it actually does. I did change the lights on this, as you can see, to again get as close as I can to the Hector's actual car in the movie. He doesn't have a diffuser on it, which is quite good in my opinion. And a street car's not really going to be doing too much. And as you can see, there's actually no rear bumper option. You know, there's no rear bumper option for the Civic, so quite disappointing on Need for Speed Heat's part there. I did go for the flat out exhaust, tilting upwards a little bit, a very small detail, but Hector's exhaust in the movie actually tilts upwards a bit. As you can see, this has got that triangle tilt at the bottom there, and then it pushes it upwards a little bit. So moving on to the kind of the side of the car, again the side skirts as close as I could. I did think about that one. This one's a little bit lower and it shows off a little bit more. Coming again as close as I could. The wing mirrors are amazing on Hector's car in the movie. There's nowhere near the level you can get on this game. And then I did go for the front fenders and the rear fenders to push them out a little bit. So yeah, this is my take on Hector's car. So what does it sound like? What is it like to drive in the game then? Well, you can hear I've tried to make it sound a little bit raunchy, as it does in the film. Not a bad sound, for considering it's just a Civic. Stance is completely slammed, just as it's in the movie where he pulls up to the garage. It's absolutely slammed. So let's take this out for a spin and see what it's like. Here we go then. So you can see it's still a Civic. I've got a few track parts on this, so it actually grips fairly well, look. It really looks amazing though. Driving these cars from the Fast and Furious movies in a game is really excellent. And it sounds quite nice as well. Really lovely. Tell me what you think about the soundtrack on this game, guys. Obviously I would have loved to put some Fast and Furious music on here. Really nostalgic. But what do you think of the soundtrack on this game? I quite like it. I think it's nice and relaxed. There's a few that are a little bit weird. What have we got going on here? So you can see it's not quite a slouch, the Civic. They didn't really big the Civic up too much in this game. I don't know what engine swaps are available for it. I've kept things quite simple. So yeah, it sounds pretty good. It takes these corners really well, actually, for such a low-ranking car in the game. A little bit lacking in acceleration. Oh, absolutely wiped out. Clearly those two guys having a drag race. On that note, let's quickly move on to the other car. I'm not going to be spending too much time on each car in detail. Okay, so next up we have Trans Honda S2000, and this in the film is, to be honest, one of my favourite cars, just because it's a baddie car. It's so cool. It's black. Trans character really portrays in this car. It's unbelievably loud in the movie when he has that one race with Jesse, and so he has that one race with Jetta, and the car's unbelievably loud. So let's get right into it with this car. The wrap on this is actually great, as you can see. I don't think I amended this too much at all. Actually, I didn't change the wrap at all that I downloaded. That's another point I'd like to make. I didn't design these wraps from scratch at all. I've downloaded these wraps to save myself quite a lot of time. So let's get into this then. What can we see from here? So you can see, again, the BBS rims, the closest I could get to what was in the game, in the movie even. And again, you can see this beautiful rear exhaust system. Absolutely amazing. Quite rare in the game to get a double exhaust system. There's not a lot like it. And you can see again, that one comes close, but the one I went for was that one there to make it look awesome. No rear cannons or anything like that. No fenders on this one. At least I don't think. Yeah, they're stuck with the original. It goes quite wild, especially on the back. The fenders were available. I had to change quite a lot. And it was, you can see there, it changes it quite dramatically. Doesn't look really anything like what it was in the movie. What do you think about the wrap? Tell me about it. This guy, I don't know who it was. It was one of the first options. I really like it. I think it's really close to what it's like in the movie. The stars in the movie, or the star/shurikens, are actually a little bit more golder on the movie. These are quite yellow, but I didn't change that. And then you can see it's got the number 433 as to when he has that epic race with Jesse. So what does it sound like? Does it sound anywhere near as cool as it does in the movie? Well, I give it my best shot. You can hear I've got a bit of resonance on the exhaust there. So it's definitely nice and loud, lots of overrun. I really tried to go all out with this one. So just before we have a look on what I've done, the exhaust sound, you can see the tail lights there, and they're now nice and lit up. I think I kept them nice and stock again, as the others were just nice, really nice options, but not to what Tran has in the movie. And the same with the front lights, I've kept those stock as well. And the front bumper and the front splitter, I'll just try my best to make it look what it's like. And the rear spoiler options in this, I went for this. I believe it's kind of a metal spoiler that they have, which isn't really available here. So that was the closest one I could get. Tell me what you think about what I've done to try and get these cars to what they were like in the movie. And big shout out to the wraps that I've used. So let's have a look at that exhaust sound then. So you can see I've kind of gone through the options here, and this was the best one I could go with to get it nice and loud. Don't want it too aggressive, it kind of goes over the top. Very minute difference there. And the tone is one of my favourite things you can change in this game. You can get it nice and low down. It's not grumble now. It's not grumble, but not as much grunt as it has in the movie. Nice and aggressive. Lots of overrun, max overrun. And just a little bit of resonance on this. I don't really like the pipe resonance on this game. Especially when you're out there. Sounds a bit too big. Stance not completely slammed, as he actually does a little bit of it's almost a bit of an off-road dirt drag race they have, so it can't be that slammed, I imagine. Let's see what it's like to drive, guys. Excellent. Here we go. Ooh, a nice little McLaren there. You can hear that wonderful loud exhaust. So he kind of has a little bit of a drag race in the movie. Lots of wheel spin off there. But I've actually driven this quite a lot as well. It's actually really nice to drive. Again, I don't have much performance parts on these. It's more for the look that I was trying to portray in this video. It's just what you can achieve in this game. It's a bit of bad driving there. Oh, be quiet, Anna. Oh my days, look at this beautiful vehicle. The sound, in my opinion, is so great. But you can see it actually may not turn. Let's see what it's like for turning. What is Tran's S2000? Yeah, just not quite as... I'm having to use the e-brake to turn. Whereas the Civic was a little bit more capable. But I imagine on this game, this S2000 is probably built a little bit more for drifting, actually. But the sound in this game is just amazing. Okay, let's nip back and move on to the next car. Okay guys, so next up on the list is Mia's car, Mia Toretto's car. Now obviously, unfortunately, you can see immediately this isn't the actual car she had. This is the closest. There is no Acura Integra NSX on this game, unfortunately. So the closest you can get is the this one, which is the Acura RSX. Okay, so again, I'm going to take us around this car. Let's have a little look about it. So you can see there is the Acura RSX 2004. It's not the Integra, which Mia has. The wrap on this one was a little bit harder to find, unfortunately. So if we have a little look, the wrap was a little bit harder to find. It is not mine again from scratch, but it is the one I did the most work on. This arm at the front of the, I guess, angel skull head woman. There was no arm there. I've had to make that arm and kind of attach that from her shoulder. And then following that, the green laser that's quite significant to the design of Dom's kind of crew. I also had to add that. Quite a little one, but it actually took a little bit, quite a bit of a while. Moving on to the customization side of things, let's have a little look. Yeah, we may as well start with the rims then. So you can see this is actually quite close to what it is in the movie. The rims are quite accurate there. Even down to the detail of the tyres I do go to. I've got the correct tyres selected. Just to try and make it a little bit more realistic, so there's no need for speed writing as you get there. Those are the standard tyres you get with a need for speed writing on it. And those are the ones that I've chosen. The rest of the wrap, you've got all of the stickers on there. It's a really good wrap, goes into a lot of detail, this one. Come around to the back of the car, again, no rear diffuser. Mia doesn't rock anything like that. Rear bumper, I chose this one over the stock and them two. That one's too high, way too high for what it's like in the movie. And that one's a little bit too plain, so I was left with the only choice being that one. Again, the exhaust tip, should I say, is quite unique again on this one. You can see how it's angled down, and that's again what it looks like on Mia's car. Of course, we only see Mia's car a little bit in the film when she asks asks Brian if he wants to go for a ride. Hey, you want to go for a ride? And yeah, she does a little bit of a crazy, awesome ride with him. A spoiler again. There was actually, I didn't really want to pick any of these spoilers. The most accurate one again was the stock one, so I stuck with the stock one because the Integra stock spoiler, it looks really great. It's a little bit higher than this stock Acura one, the RSX one. But again, no fenders, just kept all of that stock as Mia's car doesn't, you know, it's not really that wide at all. Side skirts. Yeah, again, not left with much option. That's the stock one, which is black at the bottom, and Mia's side skirt is not black at the bottom of the film, so I had to choose one of these, and that one was the one I thought fitted best. Okay, because it shows off the nice stickers there. Moving on to the front bumper, unfortunately, I actually don't get to see a lot of the front of the car in the movie. So you can see those two are just a bit too weird and wonderful, so yeah, I went with that one. Excellent news. Lights, again, kept them stock. I did put the rear lights on though. I did change the rear lights. Really nice dark option, I love it. Let's see what it sounds like as well. Lovely noise, really deep baritone. And look at those lights, they are lovely, really gorgeous. Let's listen to what it sounds like. Really nice raunchy sound, I really like it. So here I kept it very simple, to be fair. I didn't really mess with this. I was really happy with the stock layout of this one. I was tempted to put a little bit of tone up again, so you get that a bit more of a grumble. To be fair, I'm still tempted with it now. So I'm quite stuck between that. Just that little bit of a difference you can see makes quite a nice difference. Quite a bit of overrun, not too much, and no pipe resonance. I'm not really a fan of the resonance. I might actually put it on that, it's quite nice. You can hear the tone goes up a bit there, but still nice and grumbly and low. Yeah, I quite like that. Excellent stance, not too slammed, just nice and lowered as it should be. So that's Mia's car, guys. I haven't put any performance parts in this, so this is pretty much stock. Let's see what the stock Acura RSX is like to drive. So you can tell it's stock. Not a lot of speed, but that noise. Oh, that noise, yeah. I can barely speak over it. I'm going to have to raise my voice. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Love driving these cars in this game, as I said previously. Kind of squeeze through here. A little spin round. Just like she does in a movie, actually. A bit of a spin and back on. So really loud. I love this blue colour that she's got. I think it looks amazing when you're out and about driving with the sun bouncing off it. Really, really nice. Not a lot of speed, but wow, look at this, guys. Mia Toretto's car. That little overrun, pop and bangs from the exhaust. Let's head back in. Love that exhaust. Thanks for watching Mr. Wick's take on the Fast and Furious Garage Part 1. Hope to see Part 2 coming out shortly. Take care, guys. Leave a like and a subscribe. Bye!